Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Pinky and we have another list today. So you're going to be seeing a lot of me looking like this because we're knocking out 3 today. We're going to make it. We're going to make it to December 24th. That's our 10 days of Christmas. And Christmas we'll probably take a break because we all need one. Spend it with the family, spend it with friends. There you go. So this is going to be, how do we put this politely? This list is for the fragrances that were a little bit shocking to me. Yes, I would politely say they were probably my least favorite of the year, and for various reasons. Then these are the ones that did not take me to a happy place. We'll just put it that way. So they were a little bit of a shocker. Now there's going to be 8 of them, but I'm going to be honest with you, number 8 really isn't fair. But the only reason that I'm putting it on the list is because it was my first run-in with Zoologist fragrances. It was the first one I drew, and it was Camel. And I know everybody loves Camel, but okay. The only reason I put it onto the list was because it's the first one that I reviewed on the channel. And you know, I expected it to be like a spice market and incense, much like Marrakesh Intense from Aesop. And so I'm like, oh, okay, which I recently smelled, but I expected it to be more like that, right? And so then it wasn't, because the thing that came about was you do get that incense, a little bit of that spice market feel to it, but what struck me and made me realize as a gourmand floral gal, what was happening was my body really likes those animal dookie notes, as I like to call them, because dookie just makes it fun and you know, it's a good time. Well, I mean, not a good time, but it's dookie. You know, it's better than using any other words for feces. It's happier. So there you go. So it really made me realize that dookie notes really love my chemistry. Because all I could smell was dookie on me, or animal notes. That's it. None of the other notes were coming through. It's like I sprayed fecal matter all over me. That's what happened with Camel. And I let my friend smell it on me. When he came over and he goes, "You smell like," yeah. And I was like, great. So then, of course, he wanted to take it to his job. And he works at Aesop, and so he sprayed it for some of his coworkers because they were all too terrified. He put it on his wrist, and it indeed did the same thing to him. They were shocked, and not in a good way. And so, yeah, there you go. Now, I know Camel, a lot of people really love it. Some people don't pull out those animal notes. I wish that was me, but it wasn't. So the only reason I have this on the list was just because it takes me down memory lane of smelling like fecal matter. Yeah. So there you go. Number 8 is Camel, and I know a lot of people love it, but just know in chemistry it really, really is important. So number 7 for the fragrances that gave me that shock factor, and not necessarily in a great way, is T-Rex. I mean, I don't think we could have a list with this without bringing up T-Rex. And again, I forgot to say this. I'm only talking about fragrances this year that I tried on this channel, so you can see those videos. So there you go. So T-Rex, everyone had heard about T-Rex, but you really have to experience T-Rex to understand its charm. Yeah. So it was a blast of pure charcoal, fire, and like grilled meat that was spiced really not well. Yes. So as I said in the video, it very much is that you go to a Texas, you know, barbecue, and this is a group of people who just want to jump on that, and they really don't know how to cook, and they try to barbecue, and it's cheap rub, cheap steaks or whatever it is. I don't really eat red meat, so there you go, but whatever. And it isn't the best quality, and they really don't know how to cook it. That's what it smelled like. Better a charred dinosaur. It smells like meat and charred things with heavy pepper. And that's what got me. I could deal with the artistry of it, but it was the pepper was so strong. It was like somebody had pepper sprayed me in the face. and I ended up getting a really bad headache for 2 hours during that video, but I was able to cover it decently, but it gave me a really bad headache. So I'm finding with pepper scents, I need to be careful. If they're too much, I'm going to get a headache. And, it's just going up the olfactory and like messing with my brain. So there you go. That's not scientifically how it works, I suppose, but there you go. I am not a scientist, but yes. So it was not good. That was not fun. It was an experience. It is not one that I will do again. It was intense. Yeah. I know it was a trend for a while to try that one on various sites. I'm not like on TikTok and stuff. I don't really do that, but nah. I'm barely on social media. Like, nobody even knows I'm on social media. Most of my friends don't even know I do that. So there you go. It's just not my thing. I'd rather be out in the real world doing what I do. But maybe I'll open one for this page once, and then you can see the stupidity of my life. But again, like, nobody would know I'd be on it. So I'd have like 5 followers, which I don't care. I really don't. So there you go. Yeah. it was I went off a tangent there, but it was tough. But I know that there was a lot on TikTok and things of people going like, and yeah, it was bad. It wasn't that bad, but of course people are farming for views. It's bad, but not that bad. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It really is a lot. And so if you are adverse to strong peppery smells and you're sensitive to them like I am, then you're going to want to not do this one, or like put it lower or on your back or something and do it that way, or under your clothing to save yourself a headache, because it was bad. So number 6 in this beautiful walk of things that shocked me, and the reason, there's quite a few on here, and I hate to say it, there's a lot of zoologists on here because that is an art house, and that's basically what took up the majority of my channel this year. It's a big series, and we'll be starting with the big series in 2026 too, so it really changes where the channel goes that year, and especially these rankings. So zoologist is getting a lot of it, but zoologist knows this because it is art house. So number 6 is chameleon. Yes. Now this one is being reformulated, and I'm curious to see what they do because I didn't much care for this one. The reason why, and I don't have any bottles or anything to sniff. I have the samplers. I really don't want to sniff them again, and I don't own any of these, obviously. So there you go. So let's put the pictures up, and you can enjoy. So chameleon, there were issues with this one. It is supposed to be almost like a fruity cocktail, like a Mai Tai or something, I think is what they're going for. But the problem is there is an issue when it comes to Lang Lang and mango put together. What I found in my fragrance journey is when you put mango and Lang Lang together, it creates the unmistakable scent, at least for my nose, of cat urine. Yes. And so cat urine it was. And it was just very strange. And I have notes from when I was doing this. I think you get the florals. You do get the florals from it. You get the coconut. You get the Lang Lang. But you get urine. As I described it, you're at a bar, tons of Lang Lang. There's fruity tropical drinks coming out, and there's a cat litter box right next to the bar. And that's what you're smelling because it hasn't been changed in 48 hours. And cat urine is very acidic, and that scent just overtakes you. It's a cute cat. Comes out, cute little furry cat, and you're like, bartender, you need to change that. And actually, this is a health code because this should not be in the bar area, even if it's by the swimming pool. No, it smelled like urine, straight up tropical urine. And that did not work for me. Now, some people this works really lovely on. It does not work lovely on me. It was not good. It was not good. So I'm curious to see what they do with the reformulation. I'll try it again. But I hope the mango is taken out. Ooh! That scared the heck out of me. These videos are so unhinged. Now I'm afraid to open this. They have a new flavor. I bought it. It was on sale. And we'll talk about that later. I'm going to let that sit. It's going to explode. But it pretty much matches the chaotic energy of this video, considering what we're discussing, so that doesn't surprise me. There you go. So this one actually is completely the only one that is not from Zoologist, and this is number 5 from room 1015, Sweet Leaf. Yes. No bueno. This one was not good. Oh no. So this one had some major problems for me. It was peppery cannabis, and that's great and all. I don't like the smell of cannabis. I do not like it at all. I'll walk around, everybody's smoking it now because everybody's really lenient with it here in the US for the most part. And so you'll be walking down the street and it's just everywhere. It's just that smell, just, ugh. I've never liked the smell of it. I did live in the Pacific Northwest for a while. If you've lived in the Pacific Northwest, you know they were loving that before everything was legal. It's just, yeah. Everybody had their own horticultural project of weed being grown. It just was a lot. So I was raised around it. Not that my family did it, but everybody else did, you know, so it's just like, I know people who worked in bands and they said the best weed they ever got was in Portland. So there you go. I mean, shout out to PDX. But yeah, it's strong. So I know the scent really well. I've never liked it. Really can't stand the scent of it. So when I smell it, I just immediately need to walk away from it because it just kind of makes me nauseous. Ugh, I don't like the scent of it. No, I've never smoked it because I don't even want it near me. It stinks. So if you like it, that's okay. We all have different preferences. Like I said, I know people who don't like vanilla and sandalwood scents or amber. They don't like them. I love them. I live by them. But other people are like, ugh. So there you go. It's just something to take into consideration. But I don't want to smell like I've just, you know, smoked a bowl. You know what I mean? I don't. Smoked a blunt. I don't. People in the performing arts who use the water bong because they're like, it's better on your throat. It's water. I'm like, girl. But whatever. I don't care. Don't judge you. I don't. Do what you do, but I don't like the smell of it. I don't like it. So, unfortunately, this one made the list at number 5. It was really hard to get through because that smell, I can't. But again, no judgment. It's a me thing. I don't like peas. You might like peas. Things like that. So it's all good. We're still friends. So, number 4, Zoologist, Civet. Yes. So this one was really interesting. Civet. Now, everyone knew that this was one of the more difficult ones of zoologists that you hear about. Now, this one was interesting because it was very polarizing in that it had really beautiful floral notes to it, like gorgeous floral notes. They're like, oh, this is quite lovely. I don't think I wrote them down. A freesia. There it is. It was freesia. So you have and I love freesia, this beautiful freesia scent and other florals, but just beautiful and heady. And it's like, And then, poopy animal. Dookie animal. That's what it smelled like. So basically I thought of it like you're in a floral shop and it's a beautiful floral shop and you know how beautiful that smells and it's like, oh. But somewhere in the floral shop there's like a possum family or maybe a raccoon family and maybe they're not smelling so great for whatever reason and it smells like animal. Or getting a bouquet of flowers, the biggest bouquet of flowers, and there's a barnyard close by and the wind hits and it goes downwind and it hits you right when you're breathing into the flowers and you're like, ugh, and it smells like barnyard. That's how I would describe civet with my experience. It's that contrast. It's the tale of two cities. Kind of. But it's not cities. It's floral and beautiful versus stanky animal. That's what it is. I was shell-shocked by that one a bit. It was just like, oh, and it was so pretty and it was just this. It wasn't great. It wasn't great. But these are artistic artistic pieces, and people do wear these, so I don't want to yuck your yum. But yeah, not my favorite. So number 3, this one was interesting. This one they don't actually make anymore. It was discontinued a long time ago, but I still did put it up there because I did try it, and I will. I understand why it was discontinued, and that is Dodo. Now I think this was the second incarnation. There was the first one, which I do have a sample of here. I haven't done it yet. I will have to do that on a various day outside the schedule. The original. Then there is the one that was redone, which is the one that I tried, and now there's the Dodo jackfruit, which exists. I tried the second incarnation, and my goodness. So it reminded me very much of pine trees and fir balsam, things like that, glorious. But what was lurking beneath was not. And it was very similar to durian fruit. Now, a mix of durian fruit, if you've never had it, of course it plays differently on the structure of your nose and your taste buds. For me, it tasted sweet, like sweet sweat socks. Yeah, not my favorite. It did. It tastes like sugary sweat socks. But and onions. Onions, sweet onions, and sweat socks. But what was interesting with Dodo was that it added a different element of, which was salsa. It tasted like salsa, I didn't taste it, but it smelled like salsa and guacamole on top of durian and pine. And there's nothing wrong with guacamole and salsa. I'm a big fan, but I don't want to smell like it. And then it had that layer of durian with the onion and sweat socks, sweet onions and sweat socks. And then it's like, oh, but here's some pine. Pine. It's like, that is not going to cover up that kind of stank. It was intense. I would not try it again. It was not happy. It was difficult. This one possibly should have been higher, but because the last two are just so special in their own right, they deserved a higher spot. But Dodo, I don't know if you can find it online anymore. I think you might be able to, not split scent, but it was available about a year ago, but it may not be now. But you may be able to find it somewhere, but I just don't know why you would. But then again, I did it, so, I won't be a hypocrite if you do. But if you smelled it, let me know down below what your experience was, because it was not good. Okay, so we're to the top 2 of the most controversial scents of the year. I don't know what to call this. I'm trying to be polite, but again, the top 2 are zoologist. We knew this because they are artistic pieces. So, we know what they're about. So this one is Hyrox. Yes, number 2. So this may surprise people. I think most people would expect this to be number 1, but as we do, we put our own personal preferences and experiences into things. That's what makes us who we are, and you could choose to accept that or not. I'm sure your list would be very different, and I know people who probably would wear some of these as their signature scent. So there you go. But Hyrox. Ooh, that one was interesting. So basically, Hyrox was a triple layer of animal notes, from my understanding. It was like supposed to be a 1, 2. That was the worst punch. 1, 2, 3 punch. I could do better, but I'm not a violent person. So there you go. So terrible. So it's basically a 3-layered cake of Duke. It is, and that's what it's known for. It's very much, Hyrox. Think about what a Hyrox is. There you go. It delivered. But it didn't quite go the direction that I expected it to. I expected it to be a full-on Dookie bomb, much like Camel was. But different layers of Duke. Different notes of it, which would confuse your mind. Oh no. Oh no. What made this one unique was... I have to think for a second. So it was like going into a hospital. So it very much had this antiseptic scent to it, this almost not urine, because antiseptic isn't, but it has that sharpness of antiseptic. That's what I got from it, which just completely confused me. So that's it. It was antiseptic, and Band-Aid. So it was very medicinal in that way, like medical supply closet. If you've smelled that, it's bandages, it's antiseptic to clean things and put on skin. And it was that sharp scent with that interesting smell of bandage with a bedpan in the room. So somebody's unable to get out of their bed and they unfortunately have to use a bedpan, or fortunately, they're okay. You can't help it. So they have to use a bedpan, but it does make the room smell a specific way, and that's okay too. And yeah. And so then on top of the bedpan, you just have antiseptic and Band-Aids. It really wasn't pleasant. It really was not pleasant. I think the way that I felt during that moment when it really kicked in was not good. It took me to a place I don't want to visit again. That one was difficult. I think this Hyrox is seen as the most difficult scent from Zoologist, and it delivers. T-Rex is probably up there, but for different reasons. It's not that T-Rex is unwearable. It's just one spray would do you, and put it under your clothes, so it's a little bit more subdued. I can see why people would like it, because there is a little bit of a floral aspect if you can get through the first hour and a half. There's not much going for Hyrox. It just I don't get it, but I don't need to get it, because it's an art piece. It's not my place to get everything. It's not. So there you go. But the number one spot is very personal, because I felt like it was a personal attack on myself, which the perfumer did not do. They don't know me. This note does not know me. It's just, I know me. And number one, it is Sloth. Yes. That took me to a place I never want to return. Look, I know cumin, if you know my channel, is my nemesis. Cumin is very difficult on me. Cumin, cannabis, saffron, all those animal scents, all those delightful scents. Some people don't pick them up at all. My body picks it up completely. My body is waiting for it, and I don't know why. But Sloth. Sloth was so hard for me. I rewatched the video again, and I could see I was trying to keep it together, because it was really not good. You know what it was? It was just a pure cumin bomb. 100% cumin. It was just cumin on cumin on cumin. I don't even know. I tried to re-smell it again today, and then I just didn't want to go there. And I'm going to be honest with you, lavender. That's what it is. It tried to have lavender in there. So that's what was so confusing about it, was you have lavender, which isn't necessarily one of my favorite scents. It's not bad. It's just kind of so you have this lavender soothing scent to help you go to sleep, calm down. But then the cumin really took on this body odor profile. So it's like body odor. It was just pure body odor. Like I smelled like BO. After the video was done, I went to my friend. He came over and I said, "Hey, can you smell me? Do I smell like an use BO?" "Yeah, you do." What have you been doing? I'm spraying Zoologist. What else would I be doing, So it just wasn't good. It just was not good, my friend. Not good. So it just smelled like BO. It smelled like a gym bro who hadn't bathed for 72 hours and was hitting it hard. You know what I mean? That's what it smelled like. And that's just not what I'm about. And the things I've read online, this is some people's signature scent. But I have a feeling it morphs very differently on them than it did on me. So there you go. So I get it. 100%. There's scents that I love that smell great on me that other people are like, it smells horrid on me. Sloth was that one. Sloth felt like a personal attack, even though I'm putting way too much importance on myself, because it wasn't a personal attack. It just felt like that. So because of that, Sloth is in the number one slot of more challenging scents of the year. I think that's what I would call it. There you go. Yeah, see, they all can't be winners. They all can't be winners, and that's okay. And it's good to be honest. Get it off your chest in a kind way possible and move on. And that's what I'm doing for 2026. Because now, those ones are gone. And now I will let other people spray them and they can enjoy them until they're gone. So there you go. Let other people feel the love. So maybe they'll find their new signature scent. You never know. But that is the list for the most challenging fragrances of the year. And with that, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye.